Hey guys, welcome back again. As Dave mentioned, welcome back again for another video. Welcome back to the channel where chaos and insanity will always reign supreme. So we are back again for another unbox. What are we doing this time around? Well, I jumped into the Justice League figures, the Snyder Cut Justice League, so the movie. So we recently did an unbox of Batman, or as I like to call him, Batfleck. This is a pretty good figure. It's not bad. I mean, I only paid $19.99 a piece for these figures. So, the only accessory he came with was his Batarang. And I'm actually going to be doing a little paint touch-up on the Batarang in a future video. But this time around, we're jumping into the Flash. Now, I was not a fan of Ezra Miller, nor his take of the Flash. Not a big fan of him. I just felt he was this wasn't Barry Allen. It was, I don't know, I just wasn't a fan. So you might be wondering, well, Dave, if you weren't a fan, why the hell did you get his figure? I think the suit is actually pretty cool looking, and I like that there's a lot of energy accessories in here. And I've always been a fan of the Flash, just because I'm not necessarily a fan of the actor, nor am I a fan of his portrayal, or at least how the character was portrayed in the Justice League. I mean, nothing is ever perfect. No one is ever 100% satisfied. Let's be honest, guys. How many times has there been a reboot or a new telling of a story or a character that you loved that you didn't agree with? It happens all the time, guys. So, with that being said, let's get right on into it. So, of course, we have the Flash in his running motion right there. Flash, Justice League. Nice little pose right there. I'm just not a fan of him, and just, I don't know, he's got a very neurotic kind of, I don't know, just ADHD kind of goofiness. I mean, he seems more like a Wally than a Barry to me, but that's just me, guys. So what do you say? We get right on into this. What do you say? What do you say? Let's get into them. So there we go. And let's get the cardboard backing out, so we can get the card out and we can get the little DC stand that they like to include. I'll be honest, with a lot of my DC figures, I don't always use the stands that they come with. A lot of times I wind up using a NECA stand for them. That's what I wound up doing with Batsy here. He's rocking a DC, not a DC stand, but a NECA stand. You can see there's a world of difference between the two. And I mean, honestly, what's the use in doing the black on black branding of DC? Why not give us silver or even a white, so it pops, it kind of a nice little display? Or better yet, if you're going to give us a stand, you know, why not just give it the printing of that character's name, so it works like a proper display and not just, oh, here's a little peg stand, there you go. So we have the Flash. Let's read this off. We have Justice League Director's Cut Film 2021. Real name, Barry Allen. Barry Allen is an excessively energetic student attending Central City College, where he studies criminal justice with the hope of one day freeing his incarcerated father. More than eager to team up with crime-fighting icon Batman, Barry's remarkable quick wit is surpassed only by his ability to move at hyperspeed. That's all it says. Nothing about Speed Force, nothing about how weird and unsettling some of his scenes were. And I'm not going to get into that. If you really want to know, I'll do a separate video about my thoughts of the entire Justice League movie. I don't want to bore you guys with my rants right now. Really, I don't. So we got 4 little energy effects. Not bad, not bad. I'm not quite sure how we're going to attach these yet, but we shall find out very soon, guys. Now, while I am freeing the Flash from his plastic imprisonment, if you guys would love to, I really would appreciate it if you could check out the video description below. Right there below, you will find our YouTube warriors. Those are YouTubers everyday people like you and me who put out some amazing videos, some amazing content. You really can't go wrong with it, guys. So, there we go. Let's move my glasses and remote out of the way. So here we are, Barry coming right out of the package. You get your basic joints here. If you've had a McFarlane figure, you've had one, you pretty much had them all. They're very basic. His torso is a little bit skinnier up here in the shoulder regions. Of course, he is meant to be a little bit thinner. He is a little bit of a skinny anorexic millennial. Oh, they gave him a lot of junk in the trunk here, guys. I mean, take a look at that. That's a lot of padding for his butt right there. I mean, it's like they took a little, like a teenager's legs and popped them in like Aquaman or Batman's big ass right there. I mean, that's a lot of padding right there, guys. I mean, take a look at that. It is what it is, I guess. Now, on here, I would have liked if... Now, in the movie, you can see some... let me see if we can block my face to get it to focus a little bit more. On the suit, there's like little cable lines that kind of go up and over because it's holding the armor onto him. That is the armor for basically... because just like they say in the movie... his armor is made of the same stuff that's on the space shuttle, because when he's moving at such subsonic speeds, he's generating heat, and that heat and energy would normally burn or tear your clothes apart. So he's got little, like really fine ribbon cables going across his torso, one to hold the armor on, especially when it's going at such fast speeds. We don't get any kind of a coloring on it. It's just molded red plastic. I would have liked it if, you know, they could have colored it a little bit, maybe do some red lines. But it's molded plastic, so one thing a person could do, maybe lightly, either doing, taking like say you take a marker, I'm not going to actually do it, but let's say we had a marker and just slightly running it over the top of those cables. So let me show you what I mean. Like, just slightly running very lightly over the cables until we get that little darkness going over those lines. Just very gently, or even dry brushing if you're familiar with that. Dry brushing is a paint technique. I use it in a lot of my Ghostbuster props. It's where you take a brush, maybe you have a rag like microfiber cloth that you use for junk, or paper towels. You take your paintbrush, you dip it into paint. Okay, you run it across your rag or your towels, and so you just have very little on it. Most of the wetness of the paint is kind of off. Therefore, the name dry brushing. It's, you still have paint on the brush, where like if you just ran it gently across, some of the paint would transfer onto your media. So in a thing like this, you could, with a very fine brush, just kind of hit those edges very lightly, very softly, a little at a time until that transfers over. Plus, like I said, you figure, okay, these are heroes, they're going to be in battle, so if a little of that wear and tear kind of transfers onto the red spots, that's going to be okay, because that will give it more of a battle damage look. A lot of people will do like what's called a black wash. I still have not really learned or perfected how to do black wash. A lot of people do that on a lot of the other Batman figures to give them more of a precise look. But that kind of a thing I might try if these Justice League figures become peg warmers at any point, or they come on clearance. I might try and get one or two extra to kind of try and test out, to do some experimenting with the painting. But I mean, all in all, this is a pretty good sculpt. I mean, the head itself, let me see if I can block my face. That's the thing about my camera right here. So this is pretty accurate. I mean, it's kind of got his eyes, and his cowl is not exactly perfectly straight, and it isn't in the movie either. So that works out. You get like some kind of extra backing along the back of his neck, almost like it protects his neck and vertebrae from whiplash from his speed forcing across the way. I do like the emblem could have been a little bit better. It's not terrible, but it could be better. We don't have a whole lot of gold on here as far as we got it on his belt. A little bit of a thunderbolt at the end of his forearm where the elbow meets. And a little bit here and a little bit here. And that's pretty much it, guys. This is like really... this just seems to... Whoa, dropping stuff here, guys. The butt just... I don't know. It just... The butt just looks huge on here. It's like he's wearing a cargo butt. Like cargo pant butt right there. While everything else is very firm and narrow. I mean, we get some nice gold on his boots right there, on his legs. I mean, that's cool. But I guess I'm just used to seeing a little bit more of the lightning outline on his suit itself. So let's take a little break and see if we can apply these energy effects, guys. So far, this figure, I'm going to give it about an 8.5 right now. Okay, so here we are. So I got Flash with all of his energy effects on. I'm gonna have to play around more with this to get some better poses out of him, or I might have to use a different type of stands because I really want to get him with that running kind of pose. It's just kind of hard when we have to peg one of his legs into it, you know. So I have some extra stands I'm gonna play around with that we will pop him into so we can get a better look. But for right now, got some energy effects here. I mean, they're not bad. They're good. I mean, once I get him into a better pose, these just basically kind of wrap around his arms. I mean, we can get something a little bit better, but this is not bad for a first attempt. You know? I really wish I could get this kind of going more up. But I mean, this isn't bad. I've seen worse. I have had some issues with some of the energy effects on the other McFarlane figures. Like I recently got the Hopper suit from Injustice 2. And of course we have a few other Flashes like Injustice 1 Flash. So let's take a look at all the Flashes together in a row. Pull that back. A very cool look right here. You got the Flashes all in a row. I do have one more Flash, of course. Fix this last Flash up and then you'll see. So there we go. There we go. We got, those are all the Flashes I have right now. You get the more comic book version. And you see his little energy effects are nothing compared to Justice League or Injustice 2 Hopper suits, and of course Justice League 2021. So there we go. All my Flashes, all my lovely Flashes in a row. Again, even with the energy effects, the thing that throws me is this blue energy that we have on him. It looks more like it could be water rushing off of Aquaman. I would have liked more of a traditional electricity, or if you wanted to go with blue, still give us some of the gold or yellow mixed in with it. Would have been pretty cool, but I get that they're doing the concept based on the movie. And I'll have to play around. I might have to switch these lower energy effects to the shoulder, to the arms, or vice versa. So we'll see what happens. So there we are. Again, it could be better, yes. I will say that, yes. But, you know, it could be a hell of a lot worse. This one is actually pretty damn good, guys, if you ask me. There we go. We got the Ezra Miller eyes. Not bad. Not bad at all. I mean, there could be some improvements, but those of us out there who are really good at modding, not me. When it comes to figures, I've never really entered into the foray of modeling or modding the figures. But, I mean, all in all, these are pretty solid figures. I just would like to add a little bit extra oomph to them. A little bit of that wow factor, as it were. On a scale of 1 to 10, again, he's going to be an 8.5, even with the energy effects. Because usually these kind of energy effects, you might wrap them around your figure once or twice, but once you do it several times, it starts to lose its posability as far as the energy effect itself. It's just, if they did a little bit better of, I don't know, the wrapping of the energy effect on how it goes on the torso, that'd be fantastic. But it is what it is, guys. Again, I want to thank you guys for listening to me ramble on and on and on. Oh, and on about these figures. Definitely, if you have the means to pick them up, I highly recommend it. I mean, Justice League Snyder Cut was definitely a much bigger improvements on the movie itself. I'm not going to go into detail here. We're going to do a different video that gives me all my thoughts and opinions on the Justice League movie, which was 4 hours long. No, the video won't be as long, but it will be a long one, guys. I'll let you know when that's going to drop. But definitely, if you can grab your hands on them, I would definitely do. These are the only two, just Batman and Flash are the only two I've been able to get my hands on right now. I wouldn't mind getting my hands on either black costume Superman or the red and blue Superman. I don't know if I want Wonder Woman, because it depends on how the paint and the sculpt is. I saw a sculpt of Aquaman. It didn't get me thrilled, but you know, if I can get my hands on them, I probably want to do the whole collection if I can. Cyborg, I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about Cyborg. That's just how I feel. But there we are. So there we are. There you are, guys. I want to thank you guys for checking out the Dimension. Thank you for hanging out and checking out these reviews, checking out my opinions and thoughts on these. As always, if you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. If you have some comments, some questions, some criticism, hit me up in the comment section below, as always. And please jump into the video description below and check out our YouTube warriors. Again, those are YouTubers, just everyday people like you and I, who are putting out some amazing content, whether it's modding, whether it's fig reviews, collecting, toy hunts, video game streams, you name it, they claim it. So until next time, as always, thank you guys for checking out the Dimension. Keep on busting, and as always, I will catch you on the flip side.